Welcome to Healthy Treat and Fitness. Your health is our concern.
In this day and age, there are lots of conversations about living with sickle cell disease, and people need to understand that when two carriers of the sickle cell strain get married, it increases the chances of them having a sickle cell child. There's a lot of arguments on whether genotype matters or not. Some believe that love should decide, while others believe that faith is the solution. Today, love is not enough when it comes to choosing a life partner without checking for genotype compatibility, the heartbreak of watching their children suffer for their decision to get married, which has compelled some people to end their relationships. Let's hear what others have to say.
According to the Coalition of Sickle Cell Non-Governmental Organizations in Nigeria, 150,000 children are born with sickle cell disease each year, and about 40 million healthy Nigerians are carriers of the gene. Now the question is, in a population of over 200 million, how many people actually know their genotype?
Yes, I do.
Of course I do.
No.
Of course. Nope.
Yes?
Definitely no.
No.
Just go ahead and ask the person what his genotype is.
AA.
AA now.
I'm here.
So the genotype is the genetic composition of every human. It is what your genes contain. While the phenotype, there's something called the phenotype, is the characteristics you then exhibit physically by having those genotypes. In human, there are basically 4 genotypes: the AA, the AS, the AC, and the SS. The AA is the normal genotype. The AS is the carrier, while the AC and the SS are the ones with the traits, are the ones people who can tend to have sickle cell. Living with sickle cell disease, it's having a recessive genetic disorder, and that kind of predisposes you to a whole range of infections, sickness. You're in and out of the hospital. There are a lot of people, it's very common in Africa, as we know. There are a lot of people living with sickle cell, but it's well managed for those who know what to do and those who do regular checks. I will do some illustrations by going through the compatibility table, and here I've just written out how compatible each and different, how the different genotypes match. For AA is like a blessing to everybody. AA plus AA, it's the excellent, is the only excellent genotype, right? So if you are AA, you can solve a lot of questions, you can solve a lot of compatibility issues. So AA plus AA is an excellent genotype because what I did here with AA, you're going to have all your kids are going to be AA, so they don't have to bother about compatibility issues in the future. They don't have to worry about who they get married to because they are AA. So AA is compatible to everybody, including the SS. While the AA plus AS is also a very good one because, like I said, the AA is compatible with a lot of the other genotypes. You have the chances of having an AA, AS as kids, so that's very good. While the AA plus SS is fair in the sense that you're only going to have carriers and not people with the sickle cell trait. So there's a chance of you having kids with AS because you're AA and SS. So it combines AS. So they are carriers. But then that limits their choices in choosing a partner in the future. While for AA and AC, it's also good because you have the chances of having kids with AA, and AC. Then that for AS and AS is very bad in the sense that if an AS marries an AS, the chances are that there is very little chance of having AA, but the other chances of having AS, and SS, it's very high. So you have to be careful. Also for AS and SS is also very bad in the sense that your chances are to have AS, SS, and SS. So the chances of having an SS is even higher with AS and SS. While for AS and AC, there's a chance of having an AA, quite minimal. Then you have a chance of having an AC, AS, and SS. While for SS and SS, it's the worst. You can't even get married because you're only going to have SS as kids. So that's very, very bad. AC and SS is also very, very bad because we're going to have AS, higher chances of having SS as kids. Then AC plus AC is also bad, but there's a chance of having an AA kid, but most will be AC and SS. Is there a cure for sickle cell? As we know, medicine is advancing. A lot of researches are being done, and things are actually improving. There is a cure for sickle cell, and so far the only proven cure for sickle cell is bone marrow transplant. There is the technology being used now, which is called the pre-plantation genetic diagnosis, to prevent carriers from having sickle cell children. Getting the information out there to Nigerians to check their genotypes and educate them, it's a three-tier thing. First will be the government. The government needs to enact policies that would enable people to have access to cheap genotype checks, which is very important. Like I mentioned earlier in this interview, in America, once a child is born, it is compulsory tests to be done. Imagine us doing that in Nigeria. That would save a lot of problems for people. Then for people, you don't have to wait for the government all the time. You can walk into a hospital and do genotype checks. Genotype checks are not very expensive, like people think. You can go to one of these hospitals, like my hospital. We offer very cheap genotype checks.
Yes, I think and I know it's very important. So you don't go and marry the wrong person and end up giving birth to sickle cell children.
I think it is very, very important. No matter how the love is between both parties, it is very important to know, so as not to ask questions later when kids start coming in.
Yes, I think it's important to know your genotype before you get married, because, you know, when you get married to someone who is sickle cell carrier and you're already a sickle cell carrier, you guys might end up giving birth to children who are sickle cell, that have sickle cell, dominance in them.
Definitely, that should be the first thing foremost, because I just feel I can't be screaming in the name of love, and don't know your genotype. You get me? So as time goes on, I feel we should know each other, our genotype. We should visit the clinic and get to know our result, our blood group, and our genotype.
Before you get married, you should know your genotype. You should know your partner's genotype, because at the end of the day, if you get married to, if you are AS and you're getting married to someone that's also AS, it will affect the child.
It is apparent that we need to have more conversations surrounding genotype awareness. More people need to know the different genotypes that exist and what having each one means. The least you can do before passing on these traits to your child or your children is to go get checked. So my challenge to you is, do you know your genotype?
I'm sure you learned one or two things from this video. Watch out for the next video and don't forget to subscribe, click on the notification bell to get notified once another video is uploaded. Thanks for watching.